Kicking off this list is Jocelyn Wildenstein. She's an American socialite but is known for her extensive cosmetic surgery which resulted in her cat-like appearance. During an interview with Dr. Young, a popular celebrity plastic surgeon, he said, "Jocelyn is a poster child for plastic surgery gone wrong. Reports say that she underwent dozens of surgeries in an attempt to win back her husband, Alec Wildenstein, after her divorce from the billionaire was heavily documented." Dr. Young thinks she might have undergone a brow lift, facelift, lip plumping injections, chin augmentation, fat grafting and or cheek implants, upper and lower eyelid surgery, and canthopexy, which is a procedure that gives your eyes that cat-like appearance. However, Jocelyn has always denied getting any plastic surgery and says that she has always looked this way, despite photos completely proving that otherwise. Up next, number 9 is Tara Reid. Most of us would look at her in the American Pie movies and say she looks absolutely perfect. There is no denying that she is a total babe. But in 2006 she decided she wanted to get some plastic surgery and got a procedure called liposculpting, which ended up going horribly wrong. She has openly talked about it and said the surgery completely botched her stomach. She even went as far as saying it was the reason that she couldn't book any movie roles after that. During an interview in 2007, she said, "My stomach became the most ripply bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Tara also admitted that her breast implants were botched by the same doctor and she was left with deformed nipples. Honestly, what a nightmare. I mean, maybe the first time you should have learned not to use the same doctor. I'd be suing. I'll tell you that much. Swiping the number 8 spot is Carrot Top. The comedian's real name is Scott Thompson, but he got the nickname through his stand-up comedy career. Over the years, people have accused him of getting plastic surgery, which he has always denied. Whenever he's been asked about it during an interview, he always says that it is makeup that makes him look so different. But Dr. Young has given his professional opinion. He said, "Carrot Top is looking more and more like a muscle-bound cartoon character. He seems to have an excessively arched brow and a smooth face, possibly the result of laser treatments or chemical peels." So there is no confirming that he has had any work done. If he says he hasn't, like, we might want to believe him, but there is a huge difference when looking at old pictures and new ones. It honestly just looks like every part of, like, every feature is just glued in place. Like, it's very, you know what I'm trying to say there? In spot number 7 is Heidi Montag. The Hill star could now be called the plastic surgery queen because she did what seemed like the impossible and underwent 10 surgeries at one time. And I'm not talking about like cosmetic procedures like little fillers, I am talking about full out surgeries. Heidi openly talked about it and revealed at one point that she was almost dead on the table and they didn't know if she would make it out alive. The long list of surgeries include a brow lift, Botox in her face, a nose job, a chin reduction, fat injection in the cheeks, ears pinned back, nasolabial folds, lip, neck, waist, hip, and thigh liposuction, breast implants to a size F, a butt augmentation, and her back curved. Honestly, half this list I didn't even know you could do to your body. Heidi said at the time she wanted to look like Barbie and she actually wanted size H breasts, H for Heidi she said, but they wouldn't fit. However, now she fully regrets her surgeries and said that she would never do it again and does not wish that upon anyone. Moving on to number 6, we have Mickey Rourke. At one point in time, he was being called the next Marlon Brando and was starring in movies like Body Heat and Angel Heart. But his looks have changed drastically, and not in a bad way, it's just different than what we're used to seeing. In 2017, pictures of his new look went viral and had people shocked at how unrecognizable he was. He's opened up about the surgeries and said it was all a result of injuries that he got from his time as a boxer. He said, "Most of it was to mend my face, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together. I had my nose broken twice, I had 5 operations on my nose and 1 on my smashed cheekbone." It has been an ongoing debate on whether it was for injuries or cosmetic reasons, but to me it kind of sounds like a mix of both. Like, because of the injuries he probably wanted some like cosmetic help, you know, to fix things. Halfway through the list, number 5 is Rodrigo Alves. He is famous because of his plastic surgery transformation as he transformed basically into a human Ken doll. He became a television personality and as of 2018 2018, he had undergone more than 103 cosmetic procedures, 51 of them were plastic surgeries. But not all of his surgeries went smoothly, and one of them in 2018 left him with a sinking nose. He explained to his followers that he had 11 nose jobs over the years and that his nose is basically just collapsing. Now I should mention that he has recently transitioned into a female and prefers to go by the name Roddy. During an interview in January, she said that she regrets the plastic surgery as the Ken doll because she just got it to try and make herself more manly to fight her feelings of wanting to become a woman. Next up at number 4 is Kenny Rogers. Back in 2006, he told People magazine that he was not happy with his plastic surgery after his eye lift procedure. He said that it drove him crazy. His eye lift basically tightened his eyelids and it almost pinned them like in a new place on his face. Dr. Young spoke on his procedure and said, Kenny Rogers gambled with plastic surgery and lost. With his tight eyelids, he no longer looks like the scruffy masculine man we knew in the 70s. He does look different when comparing before and after pictures, but I honestly don't think the surgery looks that bad. Like, it's not as intense as other ones that we've seen on this list, but I get what they mean. It does look maybe a little more feminine, people would say. In the third spot is Pete Burns. The singer from Dead or Alive sadly passed away in 2016, and before his death he revealed that his plastic surgery almost killed him. During an interview he opened up about his plastic surgery, saying he had more than 300 procedures done, which led him to almost dying just 3 weeks before his actual death of cardiac arrest. A month before that, he went on the TV show Botched Up Bodies, where he revealed that he went into depression because of his botched procedures. He ended up with blood clots and pulmonary embolisms in his heart, legs, and lungs, which left him close to death. The doctor actually told his family that there was a 2% chance of survival, and his family called in a priest thinking that they would lose him. He was in the hospital for 10 days before he had recovered. Making her way into number 2 is Donatella Versace. She is the chief designer and vice president of Versace with a company value of $2 billion. She is 65 years old and continues to deny having any kind of work done to her face, but people have been calling her out on it for years, even doctors. She looks drastically different and says that it is because she uses a lot of creams and good face products. She did admit to some Botox, but says there has not been anything else, so I will let you guys be your own judge. Dr. Young says that she developed something called a trout pout, which is when your top lip is bigger than your bottom lip. Naturally, the human body's bottom lip is normally 50% bigger, but he says it would be reversed if you had fillers and other work done on the face. Earning the number 1 spot is Michael Jackson. After his death, we heard from people we did not expect: his plastic surgeon through the 1980s and 90s, Stephen M. Hoffman, and his dermatologist Arnold Klein. There were many theories going around at the time about the reasoning behind his drastic transformation. Arnold explained that he had body dysmorphic disorder and saw his nose as getting fatter even though it was getting smaller. Michael always said he only had 2 nose jobs done, but the experts said it's impossible for one's nose to look like that after just 2. He actually estimated that he had closer to 20 procedures done to his nose over the years. An expert also said that he had his hairline, eyebrows, and eyelash lines tattooed, as well as using a skin lightening bleaching cream. Now I know this whole bleaching thing has always been a very big debate because Michael said that he never used that, so I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. This is just from an expert standpoint. They think that he used a bleaching cream. Like, that's crazy that that even exists. Starting us off at number 10 is Victoria Beckham. The fashion designer and former Spice Girl is beautiful nonetheless, but has publicly admitted to regretting her decision on getting plastic surgery. She said what she regrets the most are her breast implants that she got when she was just a teenager. So much so that she ended up getting them removed. She was 18 years old when she first got them done, and during an interview in 2017, she said, "I should probably say, don't mess with your boobs. All those years I denied it. Stupid, a sign of insecurity. Just celebrate what you've got." I personally remember idolizing the Spice Girls like religiously when I was young, so to hear that even she would suggest not getting them is very important. I'm honestly really glad that she's open and honest about her experience with it, because I think especially for young girls who still look up to the Spice Girls, this could be very eye-opening for them. Up next, number 9 is Cher. There is no denying the 74-year-old icon still looks incredible for her age, and we can probably say that plastic surgery has helped with that, but she has openly admitted that. She's always been open about the work she's had done and has cracked jokes about her facelift. But she doesn't regret anything that she's had done to her new face transformation. The one thing she regrets is her breast augmentation. I'm already seeing a little trend happening here. She told People magazine that the surgery was a nightmare. She said they were really botched in every way. If anything, they were worse after than before. Clearly, that was not the goal when going to get the procedure done, but she has been able to hide it well, and certainly it has not hurt her confidence. Well, that we can tell. Sliding at number 8 is Courtney Cox. The Friends star looks a lot different than when we saw her playing the iconic role of Monica Geller on the TV series. And that's because gradually over time she's had a lot of work done to her face, which she now regrets. She had an open talk about it with New Beauty and said that it all started when doctors told her that a little injection and filler here or there would not do any harm. But things went too far and the actress said she did not look like herself anymore, which is not what she wanted. She said, "I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I feel better because I look more like myself. Everything is going to drop. I was trying to make it not drop, but that made me look fake." She also admitted to stopping treatment and procedures like altogether. Regardless, she was beautiful as Monica and she is still beautiful as Courtney, but in pictures comparison, they do look like two different people. She did not need to touch her face. She was so freaking pretty. That like hurts me. It literally kills me when like stunning people fix themselves. Moving on to number 7, we have Chrissy Teigen. She is now known for being a mother to John Legend's kids, who tweets sarcastic comments and has her own cookbook and company, but she was once a model with big dreams. In May 2020, she talked to Glamour UK and revealed that she had breast implants done when she was just 20 years old. She said she did it because she was modeling swimsuits at the time, and when she laid on her back in the photos, she wanted them to look perky. But then she had babies and said the milk made them deflate. She ended up announcing on her Instagram recently that she was going to have her implants completely removed because she's simply over it. Chrissy seemed excited for the surgery, stating that she wants to be able to zip up a dress in her size and lay on her belly with just pure comfort. When she got them done at 20, she was a model regardless because she was stunning and admits that she didn't need the boobs. She just kind of wanted them. And she was young and a model. I can just imagine the pressures at that age, especially swimsuits. And at number 6 is Mickey Rourke. In the prime of his acting career, he was a total heartthrob, but there was a time when he had a different career where he took some shots to his handsome little face. He was once an amateur boxer and said that after some injuries he underwent some plastic surgery in hopes to fix it, but admitted that he chose the wrong doctor. Never a good thing. Back in 2017, when pictures of his new face surfaced online, people were in complete shock with how different he looked. He talked about his decision for plastic surgery and said, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together." Some of the injuries he had was a broken nose twice and a smashed cheekbone. He said he doesn't regret the decision to get his face fixed, but he regrets the doctor he went to. Yeah. We have made it halfway through and we have Tara Reid. The American Pie hottie has been open and honest about her plastic surgery experience in hopes to help other women before choosing to get work done. She got breast implants in 2004, which caused issues for her body in other places. She said that her stomach started to ripple and caused her to have a hernia, leaving her with a huge bump next to her belly button. She regretted it so much that she said it was the stupidest thing she's ever done, and she actually had the procedure reversed just 2 years later. She also had to get liposculpting done on her stomach to fix what had happened. Even after getting her breast augmentation reversed, she said that she was left again with deformed breasts. Oh, it's always a risk, you guys. There are a lot who do have success, but That's so scary. Cruising into number 4 is Jennifer Grey. The Dirty Dancing star has always had a very distinctive face and was known for her stunning looks. But when she decided to get rhinoplasty, it changed everything, and she said it was the worst decision she's ever made. She said the operation completely changed her face and it ruined her entire career. When speaking about it during an interview, she said, "I went in the operating room as a celebrity and came out anonymous. It was like being in a witness protection program or being invisible. I'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of my nose job." Now, I don't think she looks bad. Like, it's not like the surgery botched her face physically, but she does look like a completely different person. Like, when I saw pictures, I was like, literally different person. So I do understand what she means. And that one's really sad. In the 3rd spot on our list is Kourtney Kardashian. Plastic surgery is no surprise to the Kardashian sisters, but it might be surprising to know that Kourtney regrets some of it. In 2011, she was talking to Showbiz Spy and said that she wished she didn't get her breast implants when she was 22, or at all. She said, "I had my boobs done, but if I could go back, I wouldn't have done it. I was so cute before. I've realized that I was made to look a certain way and I'm considering removing them." Now, obviously this interview was years ago, and if you see her these days, she has not removed them, but her opinion still stands, and honestly, it's probably even more so now because she's a mother of 3. So, she's had to gone through the whole breastfeeding thing, the milk, and she probably just sees the whole thing from a different perspective now. Rolling into number 2 is Joan Rivers. Going under the knife has never been a secret when it comes to this comedian. She's publicly talked about her procedures, which is a pretty decent list. Apparently, she's had a facelift, a nose job, a breast reduction, chin tucks, Botox, collagen, eye procedures, and lipo. She's actually happy to have the work done, but one thing she regrets is the lipo because it did not go as planned, which I think we know by now is a huge risk. She explained that she did not research the doctor enough before going, and the result of it just was not smooth. She also said if she could go back in time, she would have never done it. Maybe not with this doctor. I feel like she might have done it with another one since she has had all the other work done. Obviously, she's not opposed to it, but didn't go as planned. Earning the number 1 spot on our list is Heidi Montag. The Hill star takes the prize after having 10 surgeries done at one time and giving herself a total transformation, leaving her to look like a totally different person. She once wanted to look like Barbie with size H boobs for Heidi. Literally, those were her words. But now she's an advocate for girls and encourages people to accept themselves rather than getting work done. She said she completely regrets it and wishes that she could take it all back. During an interview, she said, "Surgery ruined my career and my personal life and just brought a lot of negativity into my world. I wish I could jump into a time machine and take it all back. I would never do it again and I never recommend it to anyone." She explained that at first, she only went in there wanting a few enhancements, but then it just got completely out of hand. Kicking off our countdown, number 10 is Carmen Electra. It's not surprising that the Playboy model would feel the pressure or just simply want to get breast implants during her career. The Baywatch actress has been a sex symbol in the industry on more than one occasion. She openly admitted to getting breast implants but says that she wishes she never did because her breasts were nice before the operation. In 2010, she spoke about it and said, "I had breast surgery over 10 years ago, taking me from a 32B to a double D, which took a bit of time to get used to. I didn't want to go as big as that. It's nice that I don't have to wear a push-up bra anymore, but I could have left myself alone. I think I was fine the way I was." I feel like that's often the case. You do something and you're like, you know what, it wasn't all that bad before. She revealed she felt pressure to get the implants from another woman who had them and who told her that her life and career would improve if she got them. This woman was left unnamed, but I want to know, who told you to get them? Up next, number 9 is Tori Spelling. She's been in the public eye her entire life. She was just a teenager when she starred in her dad's drama series Beverly Hills 90210. Since the beginning of the show, fans have speculated if she's undergone plastic surgery, and almost 30 years later, people are still commenting on it. She has admitted to her cosmetic procedures and a plastic surgery operation, which she now regrets. She said when it comes to going under the knife, she has only had her nose and her breasts done and the rest were all cosmetic. But she does regret getting her breast implants ever since she became a mom and realized the effect it had. The mother of 5 talked about it and said, "I got my boobs done in my early 20s and if I had known it would or could possibly impact the production of milk, I would have never had them done." I don't know how she didn't know that. Don't they tell you? Like, don't they say this to a young woman? I mean, even I knew it. I even Googled breast implants and it's like, you know, I feel like that's just kind of known. No? No? You're putting plastic in there and stuff. Of course breast milk is like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I hate to say it, but I feel like we just know that. In spot number 8 is Courtney Love. No one on this list has had the bad luck that Courtney has when it comes to her surgeries. She has been open about the 3 procedures she has had done and that she was not happy with any of them. She had liposuction done on her butt and said that it actually ruined it, and she told everyone not to get lipo done on theirs. She also had a mouth enhancement, which she said, I quote, "I just want the mouth God gave me back. It was perfectly cute and I had nice big lips." So that is 2 procedures so far that she was not happy with. On top of those 2, she also had a nose job which she corrected because it was botched in 2007 and said that she hated it and compared it to a little beak. By the sounds of it, her natural self made her happier than any of these plastic surgeries did. I think this is a lesson for us. Ladies. Cruising into number 7 is Jamie Lee Curtis. She's always been the type of person to say it how it is, and before she fully embraced her natural beauty, she admits to experiencing a little bit. She talked to Mirror about her experience and thoughts on plastic surgery and said, "I've done it all. I've had a little plastic surgery, I've had a little lipo, I've had a little Botox, and you know what? None of it works, none of it." She went on to say she felt like she looked worse after the fact and that you start to become a caricature of yourself. Honestly guys, if this list doesn't have you like thinking twice about things maybe you wanted to get done, then I don't know what will. Because, you know, even doing the research, not that I want plastic surgery, but I was like, damn, there's a lot of people who have had it and regret it. And that's just a fact. Moving on to number 6, we have Kylie Jenner. There is no denying that Kylie's lips have played a huge part in the success of her career. She was one of the first people to get lip injections and make such a big impact in the beauty community, which is weird because tons of people have had it done before she did, but hers were such a drastic change that people started doing the Kylie Jenner challenge and suctioning a glass to their mouth, like sucking in the air just to make their lips bigger. Over time, Kylie has been able to create her own makeup line with her infamous kit called lip kits. Basically, it's like lip gloss and liner and stuff to make your lips look bigger. But believe it or not, she has actually regretted the size of her lips. I'm astonished. This actually shocks me, I'm not gonna lie. Her sister Kim interviewed her for Allure and asked what her biggest regret is, and Kylie said, "I definitely made my lips a little too big at one point. I got excited and felt like I needed to do a lot. And then you guys were like, Kylie, you need to chill. Then I had to go back and have it fixed and it was a crazy process. Thank God I didn't end up on Botched." Honestly, I think with lips, it's probably so easy to put a little too much in there. You know what I mean? That'd be like, that's so risky. And it's on your face. Happy the list number 5 is Kenny Rogers. He began making changes to his appearance early on in his career, and it's one thing in his life that he regrets. In his book, Luck or Something Like It, he said that at one point he became aware of his professional image and felt like reinventing himself would be necessary for him to thrive in his career and stay relevant. He said that if you are afraid to change your image in this type of industry, then your time is limited, which is like a really sad reality. When asked why he decided to get plastic surgery, he said at the time he had the money to do it and he also had the time off, so he just kind of did it. He openly admits to going under the knife and said that it was a bad decision, but that he has accepted it and learned how to live with it. I feel like that's so true. That's like Heidi Montag. Like she was just losing all her fame and then bam, just, I'm gonna reinvent myself and try to get attention. Like you get attention no matter what, but like, why would you stay relevant just because of plastic surgery? Like you'll make a few headlines, but then like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's sad. Here now at number 4 is Sharon Osbourne. The talk show host has candidly admitted the extensive list of plastic surgery she has had done on her body and face. She has spent over $120,000 on different procedures, which include liposuction, a neck lift, a boob job, and different work on her face. She has admitted to her breast implants being botched, which is one of the reasons why she said no to getting any more work done. During an interview, she said that her face now looks like plastic. She said she wishes that she had never done it and even went as far as calling it abuse on her body. She claims that she's completely done with going under the knife. Alright guys, at number 3 we have Denise Richards. She opened up to Us Weekly about her horrific experience with plastic surgery. She had breast implants done at a young age and said the experience was a total nightmare. She explained the story and said she got breast implants when she was just 19 years old, but the doctor put in bigger implants than what she asked for. So she went to a different surgeon to have them corrected, and that doctor gave her even bigger implants. What a nightmare. She said it was a nightmare and that she felt vulnerable given her age and where she was at in her career. She said, "I felt vulnerable. I was getting ready to film Wild Things and I didn't want to get into a lawsuit with some plastic surgeon. It wasn't right what the doctor did, but it is what it is." She now encourages women to embrace their natural beauty and sexuality before making that decision. Me too. Don't do it. Rolling at number 2 is Jane Fonda. The 82-year-old actress has said she regrets going under the knife when she was younger and said she hates the fact that she felt the need to ever alter herself. When asked about it, she said she started to get work done when she got tired of looking tired when she wasn't actually tired. Story of my life. I feel like I just always look tired. Even when I'm not tired, I'll look tired. These bags, they don't lie. It wasn't until recent years that she has opened up about her surgeries. Normally, for a long time, she was really shy about it. But she spoke on it and said, "I'm not proud of the fact that I've had it, but I grew up so defined by my looks. I was taught to think that if I wanted to be loved, I had to be thin and pretty. That leads to a lot of trouble." People always compliment her on how good she looks for her age, because she looks incredible, but she's quick to say that she only looks that good with the help of plastic surgery. Damn, she does look good though. That plastic be holding up alright, because it looks good. In the number 1 spot is Alicia Duvall. The former glamour model revealed she was addicted to plastic surgery to a point where she could have died. She has spent more than $2.5 million on cosmetic procedures and has gone under the knife more than 350 times. She almost died on the operating table, and since then she has vowed to never get any more work done. She regrets her decision to get so much work done and said that she ended up looking like a fake Barbie. She said, "I looked fake and that Barbie image does not appeal to me anymore. I want to look natural and go back to how I looked." She actually regretted it so much that she started seeing a therapist to help with her addiction, and she started the process of undoing all the procedures that she originally had done. She has gone on to warn young girls about the dangers of plastic surgery and says she often gives advice to other young celebrities in the industry, which is probably for the best, because in the beginning is when the pressures are high. Kicking off our countdown list, number 10 is Cameron Diaz. The blonde beauty has been open about her Botox experience and said when she got it for the first time, she watched her entire face change, which I thought kind of was the point. She has said that she quickly realized her face was never going to return to the way it was, and even after the Botox wore off, she knew that the anti-aging procedure just was not for her. She talked to Entertainment Tonight and said, "I've tried Botox before where it was like a little tiny touch of something. It changed my face in such a weird way that I was like, no, I don't want to be like that. I'd rather see my face aging than a face that doesn't belong to me at all." Honestly, that last little line of her quote, I think that is the best advice I've heard when it comes to having cosmetic procedures done. Like, think about it. I would rather have my aging face than a face that doesn't look like mine. That's some good advice. Up next, number 9 is Nicole Kidman. Believe it or not, the movie star has insecurities too, and similar to Diaz, she wanted to try the anti-aging procedures of Botox. Her face has always looked like a porcelain doll, even before the Botox, but she wasn't happy with it and wanted to change. But she didn't end up liking the change that it made to her face, and she said she could not move it. In 2013, she said, "I did try Botox, unfortunately, but I got out of it and now I can finally move my face again." The actress has stopped getting the procedure done and said she tries to take care of her skin as naturally as possible now by wearing sunscreen, not smoking, and taking care of herself just overall in general. Cruising into number 8 is Katie Price. The English model and TV personality has always had a changing look throughout the years, but she's been open about it and said she regrets some of the surgery decisions she's made when she was younger. She spoke about it with Daily Mail and said that she urges people to do their research before going under the knife because it was something that she did not do. She said, "I wish I had known that when I was younger because I could have saved myself a lot of heartache and surgery." But despite having regrets, she has continued doing more, and in 2019 articles surfaced everywhere saying her family is worried about her plastic surgery addiction. Her family and friends were practically begging her to stop after she started looking like a totally different person. Moving on to number 7, we have Khloe Kardashian. Coincidentally enough, her other sisters, Kylie and Kourtney, were on the other parts to this list. Coincidence? I think not. So even though there is a ton of girls out there who look up to them and probably wish they looked like them, they actually regret some of the changes they've made to their bodies and face. One procedure that Khloe had done and regretted quickly was face fillers. She didn't like what it did to her face, so she went to try and have it reversed, but said that process was a lot worse than the initial procedure. She spoke to MTV and said, "Face fillers didn't work for me. I looked crazy and I still think the effects are in there. I went to have it all dissolved like 3 times." Which we can imagine probably did more damage to her face than anything. Like having all that removed after. Up next, number 6 is Janice Dickinson. She has been given the titles of the world's first supermodel, but has gotten several procedures done to alter her natural beauty, which has left her looking like a completely different person. She's had a breast enlargement, a tummy tuck, facelifts, and liposuction. But the one procedure she regrets most is her breast implants. This regret came after she was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer back in 2016. The doctor actually told her that it's more challenging to detect abnormalities within a breast when a woman has breast implants. So there is a chance that her cancer could have been detected sooner if she did not have them in. She talked about it and said, "If I had to play my life over again, I would never have gotten breast implants in the first place." Happy with your list. Number 5 is Gisele Bündchen. The Brazilian model and actress also had regrets with her breast implants. She admitted that after having 2 kids, she was unhappy with her breasts, so in 2015 she decided to get a boob job. But she later regretted that decision. When talking about it with People magazine, she said, "When I woke up, I was like, what have I done? I felt like I was living in a body I did not recognize. For the first year, I wore baggy clothes because I felt so uncomfortable." She also revealed that she first had them done because people kept commenting on the fact that they were uneven due to her breastfeeding. She said she felt vulnerable and had to change them because as a model, she was always praised for her body. Oh my god, imagine having that done and then feeling worse than you did before. And then for a year you're like, that was pointless because I feel even worse. Oh, that hurts me. We've made it to number 4 and we have Kathy Griffin. The comedian is known for her wit and blunt personality, but her looks have always been a topic in conversation. Throughout her career, she has relied on plastic surgery and ongoing treatments, but there is one procedure that nearly killed her back in 2009. In her memoir, she published photos of her botched liposuction that left her looking like she described a CSI crime scene. She wanted to actually publish the photos as a public service announcement to try and warn other women who might be considering getting the surgery done. She was left botched after she suffered from some complications. She went 4 years without any plastic surgery after that, but then ended up changing her mindset about it and actually went on to have a facelift, a nose job, eyelid surgery, Botox, and more liposuction. That's crazy. After an experience like that, how do you ever go under the knife again? That's gotta be traumatizing. The pictures are like Taking over the 3rd spot is Melissa Gilbert. The actress regretted her breast augmentation so much that she eventually had her implants removed. She opened up about it on her blog, explaining her big decision. Spending a lot of her life with a flat chest, she felt insecurities and decided to get a boob job after the birth of her first son, and after her ex-husband had some negative things to say about her chest. That pisses me right off. So when she got divorced, she made a decision to get them done. But years after, she started feeling uncomfortable when doing normal activities and had concerns for her health. She said that she would take a Zumba class and fear that she would end up with 2 black eyes again, so she had the implants removed and regretted ever getting them done in the first place. Man, screw her ex-husband. In the number 2 spot is Jessica Simpson. She revealed a lot about her personal life in January 2020 when she released her memoir titled Open Book. She opened up about her experience with plastic surgery and some of the regrets that she had. In 2015, she had 2 tummy tuck surgeries which left her with some complications after the 2nd procedure. She explained why she got it done and said, "I wanted to get rid of the stretch marks and loose skin left sagging from my back-to-back pregnancies. I was so ashamed of my body at this point that I wouldn't let Eric see me without a t-shirt on," Eric being her husband. Turns out she got an infection from one of the surgeries and she was in the hospital for 9 days. She was vomiting so much the doctors thought she was going to burst something and told her that she might need a blood blood transfusion. She also said that she had regrets when she got lip fillers done and was happy when those faded out after just a few months. In the number 1 spot is Gwyneth Paltrow. There has always been speculation and rumors going around about the work that she allegedly had done to her face, but she does stand firm on the fact that she's never gone under the knife, technically, when it came to her face. So it's really whatever you believe. But besides that, she has admitted to having many cosmetic procedures done, and one she regrets the most is Botox. This seems to be a trend that people aren't happy with Botox. Just saying. In 2013, she told Harper's Bazaar, "I've tried everything. I would be scared to go under the knife, but you know, talk to me when I'm 50. Except I won't do Botox again because I looked crazy. I looked like Joan Rivers." Not very nice, but coincidentally enough, Joan was on one of my other parts to this list, and she also regrets her plastic surgery. This is a very big trend. Maybe we should all just not get it done.
At number 10, Corinne Olympios. Like I said in my intro, celebrities are well known for getting plastic surgery here and there, so finding out that someone in Hollywood has gotten some work done really isn't all that surprising anymore. When fans ask about procedures you've had done, there's no reason to lie since these kinds of procedures aren't really all that taboo anymore. Turns out though that there are still some celebrities who want to make their fans believe that they are still au naturel even when that isn't necessarily the case. This happened with former Bachelor star Corinne Olympios after fans accused her of getting fillers when she said that she hadn't. In an attempt to try and disprove these fans' theories, Corinne posted some no makeup selfies, but fans still weren't fooled and they went digging. The people over at Us Weekly thought that this could be a scoop, and so they also went looking for some old pics of the reality star, and voila, they found some. Images from Corinne's high school yearbook were published and it showed her looking pretty different than she does now, proving that she really was lying about getting fillers. People also realized later that her no makeup selfies didn't really do much to prove whether or not that she had gotten work done, so it was really just a handful of lies on Corinne's part. At number 9, Kylie Jenner. We can't have a plastic surgery video without talking about Kylie Jenner. Apart from her sister Kim, Kylie is the next one you would think of when it comes to plastic surgery. Everyone knows Kylie for her signature big lips, but for a long time she denied ever getting work done. She built her entire makeup empire, Kylie Cosmetics, on her big lip brand because she claimed that for years she achieved her signature look by overlining her lips, and therefore the Kylie lip kits were born. Turns out though that this was all a lie, probably just to boost sales. Kylie famously lied about how she somehow achieved a new appearance overnight, claiming that her makeup skills were the reason, but in reality, it's all fillers. Kylie finally came clean about her plastic surgery journey in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where she said, quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I would overline my lips with lip liner just to create an illusion of bigger lips. And then finally I was like, this lip liner isn't doing it. I ended up getting my lips done." She kept up her fillers until her daughter Stormi was born, where at that point she claimed to have gotten her filler dissolved, saying that she wanted to embrace a more natural look, but this didn't last for too long as fans noticed her lip filler made a return a short time later. Now before I carry on with the list, I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also an exciting announcement. Lindsay Ivan is launching her own reaction channel, Peach, at the end of May, so go subscribe and tell her that we sent you. At number 8, Lady Gaga. Even though she sings about being born this way, that doesn't seem to be entirely true. Lady Gaga doesn't seem like the type to lie about her appearance, as she's been known to be a relatively open person, but it seems like her plastic surgery journey is something that she will lie about, and clearly she's been caught. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar, Gaga once claimed that she had never received any type of plastic surgery procedure, saying, quote, "I've never had any plastic surgery, and there are many pop stars who have. I think that promoting insecurity in the form of plastic surgery is infinitely more harmful than an artistic expression related to body modification." But it looks like her claim of being all natural was a lie. During an interview with Howard Stern, she accidentally revealed her affinity for injections and revealed that she had in fact gotten some work done, as she was once obsessed with getting facial injections. Though she may have resolved her obsession with Botox, she can't truly say that she's never gotten plastic surgery. Botox still counts, Gaga, but you still look fabulous regardless. At number 7, Sahar Tabar. Internet celebrity Sahar Tabar blew up on social media after she began posting pictures of herself with a dramatic look. She claimed that she had received 50 surgeries to achieve her drastic zombified look, claiming that the goal was to look like Angelina Jolie. A lot of people believed her story and took pity on her for having a botched look, but after shocking the internet, Sahar came clean about everything. Turns out everything was a lie. The zombie Angelina look, the story of how she got to look this way, and even her name turned out to be all one huge lie. Sahar's real name turned out to be Fatima Kishvand, and no, she hadn't really gotten 50 surgeries either. Instead, it was revealed that her entire corpse bride look came entirely from Dr. Photoshop. She came clean to her followers after posting a side-by-side comparison to her Instagram, showing how she really looks. She had been living this lie on the internet for quite some time, and because she had fooled so many people, and because her looks were so disturbing, she actually ended up getting in serious trouble with her government and was actually sent to jail because of it. Even though this was all a lie, the consequences were severe, and this served as a lesson to never tell a lie about your appearance. At number 6, Ashlee Simpson. The 2000s were a seriously rough time for Ashlee Simpson. First, she made major headlines after her cringy SNL lip sync fail, but to make things worse for her in the media, Ashlee faced another scandal later on in 2006, this time for her appearance. In July of that year, Ashlee appeared on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, where she was quoted saying that people should love their appearances and appreciate their bodies as they are. She essentially denounced getting plastic surgery and other alterations because natural is beautiful. But even after all that talk of being natural, Ashlee went and got a nose job just shortly after the magazine hit newsstands. She was seen as a hypocrite, and the magazine's editors received thousands of angry letters as a result. People were disappointed that Ashlee would make those kinds of comments while having gone under the knife herself. She pretty much just tried to shrug the whole thing off and waited for the whole scandal to blow over, continuing to deny having gotten the procedure done, but then her dad spilled the beans, confirming that she had in fact gotten a nose job. At number 5, Rose McGowan. Actress Rose McGowan is a pretty open person, so no one would expect her to lie about something as menial as plastic surgery, but surprise, surprise, it happened. Rose is comfortable bearing it all on the red carpet and opening up about her struggles in her memoir, but when it comes to her cosmetic procedures, that's where the lies come in. In the late 2000s, Rose was seen in public looking pretty different, and immediately the plastic surgery speculation began. When confronted about these rumors, Rose told the public that she had to get reconstructive surgery due to injuries that she had suffered in an accident, but later in her memoir Brave, she revealed that this was all a cover-up. Rose said that her publicist told her to make up this story for the public to make it seem like her new face was because of the accident, but in reality she had gotten surgery to fix a mistake a doctor had made when she had undergone a procedure for her sinuses. It was still a corrective procedure, but for a completely different reason than the one that she initially gave. At number 4, Barry Manilow. One celebrity who has continuously denied their plastic surgery is singer Barry Manilow. For years, there has been speculation that he's gone under the knife on a few occasions, but Barry insists that he's never gotten any work done. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, getting hip surgery, and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't really buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's been lying. It's been reported over the years that Barry has received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. There are even photos of Barry from 2003 showing him leaving the plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills. In the photos, he's pictured with his face wrapped up in bandages while wearing a disguise of sunglasses and a blonde wig to avoid getting recognized. Even though Barry continues to deny his procedures, even a celebrity plastic surgeon can't be fooled, with Dr. Tony Yoon saying that he thinks Barry has undergone too many procedures. But what do you guys think? Is Barry lying or telling the truth about his appearance? At number 3, Tyra Banks. For a long time, model Tyra Banks has been preaching about being all natural and about loving yourself for who you are. In the last few seasons of her show America's Next Top Model, she even made a point of proving to the modeling industry that everyone is beautiful by casting models of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, but now it's looking like this was all just hot air as she's been caught lying about getting work done. Tyra once claimed that she was, quote, totally against plastic surgery, even going so far as to hire a doctor to come on her talk show to perform a breast exam in front of her live studio audience to show that she had never gotten work done like people had claimed, but it seems as though maybe that doctor should have paid more attention to her face, because even though she's claimed to have never gone under the knife, it turns out that she's actually received a nose job. Tyra finally came clean about her procedure in her memoir Perfect is Boring, where she wrote, quote, natural beauty is unfair. I really get uncomfortable when women who are these natural beauties judge anybody who's done anything to themselves. I admit it. fake hair, and I did my nose. I feel like I have a responsibility to tell the truth. At number 2, Nene Leakes. With a lot of the celebrities I've mentioned in this video, they've been denying having had plastic surgery, and then the truth was later revealed. But with reality star Nene Leakes, her story is the complete opposite. Nene has always been very vocal about the work that she's had done. From getting liposuction, a nose job, and breast augmentation surgery, she wasn't really hiding anything, but all of a sudden, her honesty about her past procedures completely went out the window. In 2013, she went on the Wendy Williams show and talked about how she was all for getting work done and spoke about how she was thinking of getting Botox in the future. Well, fast forward 2 years to 2013, and Nene sat down for another interview, this time with Bethany Frankel, and straight up denied ever having had plastic surgery. Everyone could tell that she had gotten some fillers, and no one can forget all those times that she talked about her other surgeries. So when she claimed to be all natural, saying, quote, "Why would I need plastic surgery?" people were super confused and caught her in her lie. You can't take that kind of stuff back, Nene. And finally, at number 1, Zac Efron. Now there's a lot of speculation with this one, so I'm gonna need you guys to sound off down in the comments and tell me whether or not you believe this. People are saying that Zac Efron has gotten some work done, and by some, I mean a lot. Zac recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking a little different. The lower half of his face was looking super puffy, almost like he had gotten a lot of Botox done, and people are super confused. The internet was debating whether or not he had gotten plastic surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply getting wisdom teeth surgery, using that to explain all the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. According to one celebrity plastic surgeon, it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline. It's all just speculation and theory, but a lot of people are hoping that it's just a nasty reaction to a bee sting or something, and that this puffy, swollen face of his is only a temporary look. At number 10, Kylie Jenner. Though there are plenty of other celebrities who have gotten lots of plastic surgery done, Kylie Jenner is one of the first people you might think of when it comes to having a drastically different look. If you compare what she looked like when she was younger to the way she looks now, you can see that there is a drastic change, and it's not all chalked up to the fact that she's gotten older. The one procedure that she's known for having is her lip filler. She became the it girl when it came to the big lip trend, and it even got so intense that people were trying to imitate her large lips by creating the Kylie Jenner lip challenge. She had the filler dissolve for a brief time after the birth of her daughter Stormi, but that natural phase didn't last too long. On top of her lip filler, there has been speculation and theories around what other procedures she had done, though she only admits to ever getting fillers. It is also believed that she has gotten work to her body to achieve the curves that she has, like her Kardashian sisters. On top of body modifications, Kylie is also known for wearing wigs most of the time. Though this might not be considered plastic, it isn't her natural hair, and since it's something about her appearance that she continues to customize, I think it sort of counts. A lot of people idolize Kylie for her looks, and a lot of people want to imitate her appearance, which can be detrimental to a lot of people's self-esteem. At number 9, The Weeknd. There was a period of time early this year when the public thought singer The Weeknd did the unthinkable and changed his entire appearance. This started when the singer was seen walking the red carpet at a couple music awards wearing bandages around his face and looking bruised as though he had just recently undergone cosmetic surgery. This speculation was heightened when he posted a photo to his social media showing his new look, as his face looked drastically different. Though we all thought that he had gotten some serious plastic surgery for a moment there, it turned out to all be just a publicity stunt to promote his newest album, After Hours. The album follows a narrative of a man's slow descent into madness while, quote, chasing excess and happiness in all the wrong places, end quote. In an interview, the singer elaborated on the stunt, saying, quote, the significance of the entire head bandages is reflecting on the absurd culture of Hollywood celebrity and people manipulating themselves for superficial reasons to please and be validated, end quote. He looked like he had just turned himself into plastic, but it wasn't real, and it was all just a take on how Hollywood turns people into plastic mannequins, and he wanted to expose this. Now, before I carry on with the video, I would like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also head on over to my gaming channel, Viper Girl, if you're interested in watching some fun gameplay as well. At number 8, Amanda Lepore. There are a lot of celebrities out there who try to hide the procedures they've had, but there's one person who embraces their changes, and that's Amanda Lepore. Amanda Lepore is a transgender model, performer, and now author who made a name for herself in Hollywood by just being herself. She was famous for just being herself long before Kim K ever came along. Much of Amanda's body has been altered over the years, as she claims to have the most expensive body on earth due to all of her surgeries. She's written and talked about all of the procedures procedures that she's had done, and it's quite a long list. She's had a nose job, her hairline lowered, her eyebrows lifted, double eyelid surgery, cheekbone, lip and breast augmentation, gender confirmation surgery, hormones, and she even had one of her ribs broken and reshapen to alter the size of her waist. She's taken her body to the limit and back again. The most drastic procedure that she's had was getting silicone lip injections, because she said that she's gotten them done about 20 times and she went a little overboard, so she had to get them reduced. Amanda prides herself on being a living Barbie doll, and she really doesn't regret any of her decisions, even though they were all very expensive. To us, she may have gone too far with her look, but to Amanda, it's just right. At number 7, Zac Efron. Now this one isn't exactly a confirmed plastic surgery case, but it is causing a lot of commotion. There's been a lot of speculations concerning Zac Efron's supposed new look, as people are saying that Zac Efron has gotten some work done. And by some, I mean a lot. Zac recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking pretty different and pretty swollen. The lower half of his face was looking very puffy, almost like he had just gotten some Botox done or some kind of other procedure, and people are super confused. The internet has been debating whether or not he's gotten surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply having wisdom teeth surgery, using that to explain all of the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. According to one celebrity plastic surgeon, they think it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline, or that he had actually gone under the knife and that there was some residual swelling going on. It's just a very sudden change that a lot of people weren't expecting. Like I said before, no one knows if this new look is permanent or not, but for now, Zac is looking a little plasticky, and it's a strange look to get used to. At number 6, Priscilla Caputo. Priscilla Caputo might not be a celebrity in their traditional sense, since she didn't rise to fame because of her trade like modeling or acting, but she did gain fame because of her looks, just in a negative way. Priscilla was an aspiring model back in the day, but because she started getting plastic surgery, she was left an internet laughingstock, gaining fame because she had gone too far with her appearance. Priscilla explained that her boyfriend, who was a plastic surgeon, kept giving her lip fillers, and soon she became addicted and couldn't stop. Her lips became too big, and because of her appearance, her modeling career tanked. Things for her hit rock bottom after her photos were circulated online and she became an internet laughingstock. She became a model for what not to do. She said that looking at her past photos of herself with her lips done upsets her greatly, and that because of the damage that she's done to her lips, they will never be the same. She became plastic, and when it was all removed, she was left with the damage that her decisions had caused. Now she's an advocate against plastic surgery because she knows firsthand the ugly side of becoming plastic. At number 5, Barry Manilow. Some celebrities aren't shy about the work they've had done, and others go to great lengths to hide it. One celebrity who has continuously denied their plastic surgery is singer Barry Manilow, because even though there's a lot of proof to indicate that he's had work done, he still claims to be all natural. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, like hip surgery and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's lying about getting work done for cosmetic purposes. It's been reported over the years that Barry had undergone several procedures, including having had received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. There are even photos of Barry from 2003 showing him leaving a plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills. In the photos, he's shown wrapped up in bandages while wearing a disguise of sunglasses and a blonde wig in order to avoid being recognized. Because of the work that he's had done, a lot of people consider Barry as one of Hollywood's plastic celebrities. At number 4, Justin Jedlicka. Justin Jedlicka, also known as the real-life Ken doll, became famous because of his exaggerated looks. Justin has documented his transformation into plastic and isn't afraid of talking about the hundreds of procedures he's had. Yes, that is right, I said hundreds. Justin has estimated that he spent over $500,000 on his look, having received over 300 procedures and going under the knife over 100 times. Justin said that he became obsessed with his appearance after growing up watching the show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous and recalling that everyone on that show had plastic surgery. He thought that this lifestyle meant that you were successful and made it his mission to look like a Ken doll. Now that's his persona and he's pretty happy with it. At number 3, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson lived a hugely successful life and he was known for a lot. He was famous for his music, but also his appearance, as it changed drastically over the years. He went from being a young man with a darker complexion and a thick afro to being a pale man with thinning hair and skin. Though there have been sickening rumors around why Michael's look changed so much, most of the changes in his appearance were really due to his health. His change in complexion was due to his vitiligo, and his thinning hair was due to age as well as chemical bleaching. To counteract the effect his health was having on his complexion, Michael had turned to plastic surgery, which in the end didn't really aid in his appearance. The constant alterations done to his face in particular caused his skin to thin and wrinkle, which is added to the cycle of work, and his infamous nose job changed the proportions of his face as he was made to look bonier with his thin pointed nose. Over the years, Michael's appearance worsened with age as he tried to constantly make corrections, which really just worsens its outcome. The only thing that didn't age poorly about Michael was his musical abilities. Though his appearance and health deteriorated over the years, his legendary talent stayed awesome. At number 2, Donatella Versace. Sometimes going plastic makes things worse rather than better. Famous designer Donatella Versace has endured her fair share of criticisms in the past, from family matters to business decisions, but most of the criticism she's endured mostly pertains to her looks. Donatella's appearance has definitely evolved over time. She's been criticized a lot for her heavy plastic surgery and Botox, and people have even made comparison diagrams from what she looked like back in '97 when she first took over the Versace company after the death of her brother to now at the age of 66. People say that the work she's had done has made her appearance worse because the Botox and fillers she's received over the years has damaged her skin, and that her skin's elasticity is broken, leading her to look older. Because of this, she wants to get more Botox, and that cycle continues. The more work she has done, the worse her skin gets as a result. She's essentially turned herself into plastic, trying to correct the damage that has already been done. And finally, at number 1, Jocelyn Wildenstein. One of the most drastic celebrity appearances comes from socialite Jocelyn Wildenstein. Though she was a model back in the day, too much plastic surgery has altered her appearance forever to the point where she's mostly plastic. Jocelyn started changing her appearance to make her husband happy. She modeled her look after big cats because her late husband was a big cat lover. She reportedly kept a lynx as a pet and recalled that the big cat's eyes were perfect, and so she wanted to look just like it. Unfortunately, she went too far with her look. Over the years, she's gotten surgery on her eyes to make them look more cat-like, as well as receiving brow and facelifts, injections, implants, and more. She's become plastic, but she says that she's not done working on her look just yet.